Hey guys, happy Wednesday. This is a different version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's by a different author, so I can't wait to read it to you to see if it's any different than the Goldilocks we read on Monday. All right, here we go. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a house of their own in the woods. One of them was little, small, wee bear, and one was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great, huge bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge, a little bowl for the little small wee bear, a middle-sized bowl for the middle-sized bear, and a great huge bowl for the great huge bear. And they each had a chair to sit in, a little chair for the little small wee bear, a middle-sized chair for the middle-sized bear, and a great huge chair for the great huge bear. One day, after they had their porridge for breakfast and poured it into their porridge bowls, they walked out into the woods while the porridge was cooling. And while they were walking, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house. First, she looked in at the window. Then she peeped in the keyhole. Seeing no one was at home, she lifted the latch. The door opened before her, and in she went. How pleased Goldilocks was when she saw the steaming porridge on the table. The sweet smell of porridge with roasted nuts, honey, and berries filled the room. It was so tempting that Goldilocks set about helping herself. First, she tasted the porridge for the great, huge bear. It was too hot. Then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear, but it was too cold. Then she tried the porridge from the small, wee-sized bear, and it was neither too hot nor too cold. His porridge was just right, and she liked it so much that she ate it all up. And Goldilocks sat down in the chair of the great, huge bear. It was too hard for her. Then she sat down in the chair of the middle-sized bear, but it was too soft for her. And then she sat down in the chair of the little small wee bear, and the chair was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So Goldilocks seated herself in it, and then she sat until the bottom of the chair gave away, and down she came, plump on the floor. Then Goldilocks went upstairs to the bedroom in which the three bears slept. First she lay down upon the bed of the great huge bear, but that was too high for her head. Next she lay down upon the bed of the middle-sized bear, but that was too high at the foot of the bed. Then she lay down upon the bed of the little small wee bear, and that was neither too high nor at the foot or the head. It was just right. So she covered herself up comfortably and fell asleep. By this time, the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough to eat, so they returned home for breakfast. Now Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great, huge bear standing in his porridge. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said the great, huge bear. And when the middle-sized bear looked at her, she saw the spoon was standing in it, too. "Somebody's been in my porridge," said the middle-sized bear. Then the little small wee bear looked inside his bowl, and the spoon was in his porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody's been in my porridge and has eaten it all up," said the little small wee bear. this, the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their house, had eaten up little, small, wee bear's breakfast, began to look about them. Now, Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of the great, huge bear. "Somebody's been sitting in my chair," said the great, huge bear. And Goldilocks had crumpled the soft cushion of the middle-sized bear. "Somebody's been sitting in my chair," said the middle-sized bear. And you know what Goldilocks had done to the third chair? "Somebody's been sitting in my chair and has sat the bottom right out of it," said the little small wee bear. Then the bears thought it necessary that they should make a further search, so they went upstairs to their bedroom. Now Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great huge bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the great huge bear. And Goldilocks had pulled the cover over the middle-sized bear all out of place. "Somebody's been lying in my bed," said the middle-sized bear. And then the little small wee bear came to look at his bed. There was Goldilocks, sleeping peacefully, her long, shiny braids spread across her pillow. Little small wee bear just stared at her for a moment and didn't say anything. But then he cried, "Somebody's been lying in my bed, and there she is!" Goldilocks had heard in her sleep that the great, rough, gruff voice of the great, huge bear and the middle voice of the middle-sized bear, but it was only as if she had heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little small wee voice of the little small wee bear, it was so sharp and so shrill and so like her own that it awakened her at once. Up she started, and when she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself off the other and ran to the window. Out Goldilocks jumped and ran away as fast as she could run, not looking behind her until she was very far away. And what happened to Goldilocks afterwards? No one can tell, but the three bears never saw any more of her. Alright, so this version was a little bit different than the other Goldilocks story, alright, but about the same. Alright guys, well I hope you have a wonderful day. Misty Pre misses you, and I will talk to you later. Bye!